seated behind me and the way that they serve our city. And we pray a blessing upon them. And Father, we recognize you as the creator of all good things. We thank you for this beautiful universe that you've created that we routinely observe. Father, help us never to forget the majesty and the glory that it reveals about you. Father, thank you for the sun, the moon, the stars. We thank you for this planet that provides for us in so many ways. We thank you for our country. We thank you for our state. And we thank you for this place. Father, we thank you for those who have served this city in the years gone by and the great history that we have. And Father, as creator of all time and all space, we trust that you are present with us at this time and in this place. And Father, as we gather together to decide and to discuss, we pray for your wisdom and your guidance. Father, keep us from impure hearts and selfish desires. And I pray that you would bless this group with sincere hearts and clear minds as they deliberate the business of this city. Father, thank you for their service. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for the great hope that you give to us through your Son, Jesus Christ. It's in his name that we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda item number 2, service award presentation. I'm going to let Judd introduce that. This is a very unique honor that we have in the city of Denison, and looking forward to getting to celebrate your success.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to come up here real quick. It's not often that we get to honor some folks who really were put in a position that they were able to save a life, but tonight we get to do that, and so I'm honored to talk about the situation that some of our firefighters encountered. If you recall back to the Thanksgiving holiday, we got a lot of rain that entire holiday weekend. There was a lot of flooding that happened. And one particular incident in Fannin County happened on November 27th. This was just after dark, or around dark. The sheriff's office there in Fannin County received a 911 call of a man, a 79-year-old man that was trapped in his vehicle in waters that were rising. And this was just north of Honeygrove in Fannin County, if you know where that's at. The temperature was in the 30s. It was very cold. This was a dangerous situation. The sheriff's office was involved, and the telephone volunteer fire department was involved as well. Both of them could not find a way to get this gentleman out of the water, and so they called upon the Denison Fire Department Swift Water Rescue Team to come and assist them. And 4 members of that team responded, came up with a plan, and executed it so well that this man's life was saved. And tonight we're here to honor 4 of our very finest men here in Denison. And I'd like to ask Mayor Johnson to come down, and we have some proclamations to hand out to each of the 4. And look forward if you could come up one at a time. The mayor's going to read the proclamation, which is for all four of y'all, and then have each of you come up one at a time. Very excited to see you honored in this way, Mayor.
And actually, now if all 4 of you will come up, and then I will take individual photos. Captain Mark Escamilla, Captain Michael Flippo, Engineer Paul Braxiola, and Firefighter Mike Winnick. But before I start, it's an honor for me to get to present this to you. As you all went into your chosen field, you knew one day that you would put your life on the line, and this weekend was no exception, and a life was saved because of your efforts and your sacrifice. Whereas on November 27, 2015, at approximately 5:04 p.m. in Fannin County, Texas, the Sheriff's Office received a 911 call reporting that an elderly man was trapped in the water. And whereas the driver had driven around the barricade several miles north of Honeygrove and was swept from the roadway by the rising water, approximately 25 feet off the roadway, was trapped in his vehicle. And whereas the Fannin County Sheriff's Office contacted the City of Denison's Fire Department for assistance from the Swift Water Rescue Team. And whereas despite this rising water, rain, and cold, Mark Escamilla, Mike Flippo, Paul Graxiola, and Mike Winnick quickly formulated a plan of action. And whereas these men selflessly and without regard to their own personal safety made a life and death decision by launching the watercraft to rescue this elderly man. And whereas the firefighters placed themselves in imminent and extreme danger, performed a purposeful, distinctive, and successful life-saving act for another human being. Now therefore it is proclaimed by myself, Mayor Jared Johnson of the City of Denison, Texas, that the citizens of Denison express our warm appreciation and gratitude to these firefighters for their accumulated 66 years of dedicated services as firefighters for the City of Denison and our citizens. So the first one, I think we're looking right here. The first one's presented to Captain Mike Flippo. Captain Mark Escamilla.
Thank
Engineer Paul Graxiola. And firefighter Mike Winnick. Agenda item number 3, consent agenda.
Mayor, move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilman Beck, second from Councilman Malvern. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Agenda item 4A, zone change 110 Southeast.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Happy New Year. Tonight for your review and consideration is a zone change, 110 South Houston Avenue from Central Area District to Light Industrial. Planning and Zoning Commission was unanimous in their recommendation of the zone change. There are no disapprovals of the property. Staff would recommend that you hold a public hearing this time.
This is a public hearing. Is there anyone here wishing to speak to this item? There being none, the public hearing is closed. Questions for staff? Motion from council?
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion from Councilman Malvern, second from Councilman Brawley. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Agenda item 5A, ordinance creating the Animal Advisory Committee. Okay.
Sat down too soon. Well, again, just a few slides this evening. We'd like to bring for your review and consideration the formation of an animal advisory committee. The purpose, threefold: to provide a forum for public discussion on matters related to animal welfare, to promote animal welfare efforts throughout the city, and also to provide recommendations from this group in an advisory capacity to you in the future. The structure is modeled after the Texas Health and Safety Code, Chapter 823, which requires similar committees to have a licensed veterinarian, a municipal official, someone directly involved with shelter operations, and a representative from an animal welfare group to be on the committee. We're recommending that they meet 3 times per year. Staff has also identified the following individuals to serve on the advisory committee. Dr. Cruz, who's the city's provides services for the impound facility. Betty Floyd, building official who has oversight of animal control. Stephanie Phillips with Denison Animal Welfare Group, and Keith Davis, who is the animal control supervisor. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Questions from council?
Would there be any need on your list, going backwards on the state where it showed to be a veterinarian, licensed vet, and in the animal shelter operations, are there any issues with having that be the one person on the group that covers both of those versus having somebody that's not
Yeah.
connected being a veterinarian right now?
I don't think we have any issues with that.
Okay. In that case, I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion from Councilman Beck, second from Councilman Malvern, all in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Gabe. Agenda item 5B, resolution creating moving forward giving back award. Council, this is something that I think is just a good opportunity for us to have another way to recognize people in our city and community that really go above and beyond in the way that they serve in any capacity that benefits the city of Denison, our residents, our community. So with a lot of brainstorming with over the last several years, we've come up with an award that can do this. Actually, I think when we were in TML, Michael Beck came up with the name. We were bouncing lots of names around, but he found one that stuck with our theme of moving forward, giving back. And the thought is that this goes to citizens that are really go above and beyond in whatever effort that they're doing. I mean, we're blessed in Denison to have countless number of volunteers, and all their service is important. But this award's reserved for those who uniquely have done something in time, effort, etc., to warrant special recognition. And so through this award, the council will have the purview to be able to give this at a time frame that is unidentified. We don't want to limit it to, once a quarter, and we don't want to say there has to be one once a quarter. It's really has a lot of freedom within the confines of that. I think you see the application process goes to the city manager's office for vetting, and it's just, again, it'll be an opportunity for us as a community to say thank you and to recognize those that serve in this capacity.
Mayor, I just want to add one thing, I'm very much in favor of this, and I hope that we'll be very prudent, the city manager and mayor yourself, I hope we're very prudent in how many times we award this, just so we don't water down, because I think this is a top-notch award, and we really want to make sure that we are very thoughtful when we, and I'm glad we don't have a time frame that we have to give one out, so that we can, we can have that flexibility, so that we really do keep it to those who are exemplary or out of the ordinary in the service they provide to the community. So I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
The motion from Councilman Hanley, second from Councilman Beck, all in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. There's no items for executive session this evening, so the time is 6:15, and we stand adjourned.